They are making a difference. On 938 Live.
Did you know that one man in Singapore is doing quite a lot for toilets all around the world? Meet Professor Jack Sim. He's the founder of the World Toilet Organisation and the Bottom of the Pyramid Hub. Time magazine's Hero of the Environment in 2008 tells us more about the organization.
Well, it's a world body that advocates a better sanitation condition. So both the big cities where there are dirty toilets and unpredictable toilets, and the poor area where there's insufficient toilets, where 40% of mankind still don't have access to proper sanitation. So this advocacy group breaks the taboo on a subject that's quite unspeakable, and we use humor and serious facts to address these issues. Now it's becoming a very prominent subject, and politicians and NGOs and people in general are addressing it.
Now, you founded this, though, so did your inspiration come from Singapore toilets or the toilets in the region?
At first, I wanted to solve the dirty toilet situation, so I created the Restroom Association of Singapore. And then I realized that there are 15 toilet associations around the world that still do not have a headquarters. So I created the World Toilet Organisation. And then later on, I realized that there's 40% of the world don't have a toilet. So that becomes a very, very big mission.
You used the term restroom just now rather than toilet, which is a little bit more appealing than the word toilet. So when choosing the name for the organization, was this intentional to call it the World Toilet Organization?
Yes, because the subject itself is quite quirky, and a lot of people prefer to address it as water, which of course doesn't say anything about sanitation. So by calling it toilet and playing a pun on the World Trade Organization, WTO, we get a lot of media attention, and the media legitimize the subject once they start to report it massively, and that gives safety to movie stars, singers, politicians, all to join the movement.
Yes, the movement has seen a lot more voices joining in recently, but like you mentioned before, it was quite taboo and there was quite a bit of silence around it. Why do you think there is, or rather there was a tendency for so much silence to be brought around the sanitation crisis?
Because people cannot come to terms that their body actually can produce waste and can produce a pungent smell. So they try to pretend that this doesn't happen. And of course, we all have to go to the toilet 6 to 8 times a day and 3 entire years of our life in the toilet. So it's actually cultural. We have to have good toilet culture, and if we don't discuss about it, we're never going to improve. Especially for those who don't have toilets. 2.5 billion people don't have toilets.
Give us more details on the challenges in the crisis.
The crisis is that people are openly defecating. The shit goes into the river and pollute their drinking water. They cannot drink from there. They cannot wash their clothes or bathe their babies and wash their plates and saucers. So there's a lot of disease spread, and every year about 1 million children die of diarrhea just like that. In India, there are a lot of girls who go to the bush to open defecate, and then the guys rape them. So there's no safety unless you have a toilet. And I think that it's just basic human dignity that people should have privacy. Women suffer so much when they don't have toilets. Men can pee anywhere, but so the women suppress urination until it is dark. So I think that in big cities, dirty toilets are everywhere, and a lot of the time they blame it on the user, but actually the toilet cleaners is not professionally trained. The supplies and the state of repair is no good. And also, we have been changing the law around the world on potty parity. We want women to have access to toilets and not have to queue up. So you see women queuing up everywhere for public toilet, and I ask why. I then start to change the law in many countries where the building codes now state that you need a lot more toilet cubicles to compensate for the urinals in the gents. And so the number of square foot in the ladies' toilet is very big now. and ladies don't have to queue up for toilet thanks to a man.
Where have you made these changes in the world?
In 2005, we changed the law in Singapore, so any building that is completed in 2006 onwards will have no queue for ladies' toilet. The older ones is still the same. And then the law changed in America, so all federal buildings now changes, and they have this potty parity rule. Hong Kong has changed, and in many parts of Japan, they are practicing it even without the law change. In the UK, they're still lobbying it, so there's still a lot of work to do. In China, we have got a lot of coastal cities where the tourism board are actually the one who advocates the change, and many Chinese city has already got this potty parity rules.
And that was Jack Sim. He's the founder of World Toilet Organisation. If you want to contribute to the movement and want to find out more about what World Toilet Organisation does, do visit worldtoilet.org. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.